are now taking you live to Vanuatu. That's where a bipartisan delegation led by the Foreign Minister Penny Wong is speaking after Australia signed up to a security pact with the Pacific Island nation.
It's the embodiment of our relationship, a relationship that has been on foot for over 40 years and will continue. And as two nations committed to democracy, accountability and transparency, we will ensure that the agreement is made publicly available. There's probably no greater demonstration of our cooperation than what you see behind us, the wharf and the boats, previously gifted and the one Mataweli handed over today. We believe security is a shared responsibility. It's a regional responsibility, and we all have a responsibility to ensure that our sovereign decisions enhance the security of all members of the Blue Pacific. And we're deeply proud to be the Vanuatu principal security partner of choice. I'll hand over to Senator Birmingham shortly and then we'll take questions. But before we do that, can I just express on behalf of all of us, and I'm sure everybody here, our horror and our shock at the tragic deaths of two police officers in Australia overnight. So to the family and friends of Constable Rachel McCrow and Constable Matthew Arnold, we extend our sympathies, we extend our deepest condolences and our shock and horror that something like this can happen in Australia. It was a very, very sad thing to wake up to this morning. I might hand over to Senator Birmingham, who makes some comments, and then we'll take some questions.
Thank you, Penny. And at the outset, can I echo those remarks on behalf of the Coalition and all of the delegation in relation to the tragic loss that occurred in Queensland. We honour the lives of those police officers who have lost their lives, and we salute their service. We do so on a day where we have stood alongside the police service of Vanuatu, and with them we know that police services right around the world put their lives on the line day in, day out for the peace and security of their nations and their peoples, and we pay tribute to all those who serve. Can I warmly welcome and celebrate the signing today of the agreement signed by Prime Minister Kausikau on behalf of Vanuatu and Minister Wong on behalf of Australia. This is an agreement that has been in the making since it was announced in 2018, just as the wharf behind us has been in the making since it was announced in 2021. The Guardian-class patrol vessels have been in the making over a number of years and continue to be produced to support our Pacific Island nations and partners. In a challenging and contested world, Australia and Vanuatu are at our strongest when we stand together and when we work together. And the signing of this partnership and the delivery of these tangible results of our cooperation and partnership are a demonstration of how effectively we are standing together as nations. We stand together as nations at the forefront of delivering, as the Pacific Island Forum members have made clear, on Pacific-led solutions to security and stability in the Pacific. And that is something that we are all deeply committed to continuing to do and to pursue, and is a core part of the bilateral visit that we are undertaking today. I look forward to seeing many more such deliverables over the years to come, as governments in Australia, whatever their composition, Labor, Liberal or National, make sure that we build upon the partnerships that are effectively underpinning relations in our region. Thank you.
Which senator? This senator? That senator? No, I don't mind. I wasn't what I was genuinely saying. Do you want him or me?
No, that's right. Minister, the agreement signed today, what does it actually cover? You would see things like, for instance, more Australian naval warships visit to Vanuatu here. He does a lot of China out of it, trying to do a similar thing in the future.
Look, I thought the Prime Minister Kausikau expressed it best when he talked about this being the embodiment of our partnership. So I think there are really three components which can be understood. One, it formalises a security dialogue That's a good thing. As the world is more complex and more challenging to navigate, having formal structures for us to be able to have that dialogue matters. Secondly, and you might have understood that from the way the list of issues that I referenced when we had the event earlier, it looks to a broad base for security, which is consistent with the Boyd Declaration, a recognition that security is not a narrow concept, but a broad concept, and so it looks to cooperation in all of those areas. And thirdly, really it provides an operational framework for us to enable to cooperate in practice.
Have we beaten China in this?
Look, I think about it in these terms. We have been, under parties, governments of both political persuasion, friends, partners with Vanuatu for in excess of 4 decades. And you see some of that behind us, and you see it you hear it in how people speak about it. So this is something that we will continue to do, and it reflects our belief that security is a regional responsibility, and it is a responsibility of the Pacific family. That principle, of course, being the principle that the leaders again articulated at the Pacific Island Forum in July.
You're just listening there to the Foreign Minister Penny Wong after signing that security pact with Vanuatu, not wanting to get into commentary suggesting that Australia is in competition with China in that region.